Dear Mum and Dad, I can't believe I'm on my first overseas trip and I'm all the way in Phuket, Thailand. I'm having a great time. The locals are so welcoming and the scenery is beautiful. But sadly, there are some major impacts affecting the environment that I want to tell you about. Since the 80s, tourism has taken off in Thailand. Currently, over 15 million people visit Thailand each year, and tourism makes up 10% of the country's income. Most of this comes from coral reef trips. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami had devastating impacts on human life and the environment, and also drastically reduced the number of tourists visiting Phuket, but these numbers have bounced back, as you can see. Even though tourism supports local economies, it can also have damaging impacts on the environment, like plastic pollution. From what I've seen, plastic pollution is everywhere in Phuket. Can you believe that over 3,000 tons of rubbish is left in the national parks each year in Thailand? I found plastic bottles, pieces of styrofoam and discarded fishing gear all along the beaches I visited. And when I snorkeled, I saw nets and fishing gear tangled up in beautiful coral. Thankfully, I've seen that some of the shops are taking action into their own hands and banning plastic bags, and I've also seen no smoking signs at some of the beaches. And just this year, the government has placed a ban on plastic bags and styrofoam in all 154 of its national parks, which will hopefully reduce the amount of plastic ending up in the ocean. Only time will tell. And this brings me to the topic of fish. Did you know that Thailand is the fourth largest seafood exporter in the world? In 2015, the European Union gave Thailand a formal notice to clean up its illegal fishing practices. In response, the Thai government has been taking measures to reduce overfishing and harmful fishing practices. So now there is a ban on highly destructive fishing gear such as push nets and restrictions on mesh size and mandatory reporting requirements. One morning I visited a local commercial fish market in Phuket to have a closer look. I saw inspectors at the market monitoring the ports and inspecting workers' permits, which was good to see. But there are no restrictions on the size of fish caught, which means juvenile fish which have not yet reached maturity can still be caught and sold. I saw many undersized fish at the market, and this made me wonder about the sustainability of fishing in Thailand and the future of fish stocks. Another concerning issue is the clearing of mangroves along coastlines. Can you believe that Thailand has lost over half of its mangrove forest since the 1960s? This is largely because of the development of aquaculture facilities and palm oil plantations in their place. But in recent years, the government has begun to realise the important services mangroves provide the environment and humans. And I've been told lots of replanting is underway to restore mangrove habitats. Did you know that mangroves provide habitat for many marine species at different stages of their life cycles, including juvenile fish and crabs before they head out to the open ocean? Check out all the crabs I caught in Thailand. What a wild trip. But mangroves not only are crucial for biodiversity, they also play a critical role in reducing disaster risk. The complex root system of mangroves help to buffer wave energy and height, sometimes by up to half for every 100 meters of mangrove. Mangroves also store lots of carbon in their soil and plant material, which is critical for helping to slow down climate change caused by emissions. Speaking of climate change, in 2010 the coral reefs in the Thai peninsula were severely impacted by coral bleaching. Local divers told me that coral bleaching occurs when waters are unusually warm, causing corals to become heat stressed and eject their algae living in their tissue, leaving the coral white and vulnerable to disease and in many cases death. The coral reefs have shown some resilience, but I wonder how they will deal with the cumulative pressures of climate change in the future. Today I learnt the word symbiosis. Symbiosis refers to the mutually beneficial relationship between two things, like the relationship between coral and algae. After my visit to Thailand, I've been doing some reflecting. I feel like there's a pretty special symbiotic relationship between humans and nature, and that human well-being rests on the health of the surrounding natural environment. Even though there are many complex issues impacting Thailand, I hope that in time the impacts of the natural environment can be reduced. And I think I'm going to take this lesson home to Australia with me too. Anyway, that's all from me. It's pretty warm here, so I should probably have a drink of water and stay hydrated. Lots of love, Shazza.